everyone, my name is Elizabeth and welcome to my official YouTube channel. You might know me from TikTok where I do makeup videos and sewing videos, and I also have a small business on Etsy where I sell some of the clothes I make, but I haven't really posted on YouTube and I really want to start posting on YouTube so I could do more behind the scenes videos of some of the clothes I make and makeup tutorials and everything. So this is my first video. I have this super exciting project coming up. I am going to be competing in a fashion design competition through my school. I'm competing against some other schools in my state, and I'm competing in the formal wear category. So I am making a dress inspired by Persephone, who was the goddess of spring and the goddess of the underworld in Greek mythology. I have had this idea in my head for so long to do like a transformation dress that would go from like spring to the underworld, if that makes any sense. And I like had my sketches and everything. I just sketched it out for fun one day because I'm like, this would be so cool to make. And now that the opportunity finally kind of came up, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go for it. I've never made a transformation dress before. While I'm showing you my process and sewing, I'll show you like how it's exactly gonna transform, but it's gonna start off, it's gonna be like white with these pink flowers, and then it's gonna transform to something that's like black and red with like dead roses. I guess to symbolize like the death in the underworld. So I'm so excited for this project. It's gonna be so fun. I'll also be documenting it on Instagram and TikTok and basically every platform, but I wanted to show you guys a more in-depth version and make a YouTube video. I'm so excited about this, and I'm so excited to show you guys my process. So let's get started. So these are my sketches. This is the spring dress, and this is the underworld dress. So I actually started sewing yesterday. I sewed, well, this is pinned right now. This isn't sewn yet, but this is like some of the front pieces. This is the lining that's gonna go on the inside. I'll show you how to look on the mannequin in a sec. It's gonna look like this on the mannequin, and there's gonna be like another piece on top. I'm just like too lazy to pin it right now, but okay. So I pinned on the boning. I have to sew these two. These are already sewn. This one looks really good. This one, the seams are a little questionable. I'm probably gonna get points off from that from the judges, but I'm gonna sew these two on. I'm thinking of maybe putting some on the sides too, so I'll see. Okay, so I pinned it on. I didn't pin it on like good, so I know it's like, it looks wrinkly, but this is the boning. It's not bad. Like, okay, this side is fine. The front is fine. And then this side, that looks awful. I'm kind of scared that my execution isn't gonna be like that great on this, and I'm gonna get points off. So I might fix that last one, but other than that, this is the boning. It looks really cool. Hey, so I haven't updated you in a while, but I made the top piece of the top of the spring dress, and I messed it up, so I had to go in with the seam ripper and basically start over. So I'm gonna show you that now. So this is the top piece, and then it's gonna attach to this piece with the boning. I sewed on the bottom to the top part. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this is the back. I'm going to add lining to cover this part. I could have sewn them both at the same time, but I just didn't really want to, so I'm going to pin on the lining and show you how it's going to look, because it's kind of confusing how I describe it right now. I pinned my lining, so basically in the back then, it'll have the lining instead of just having the raw edge, and I'm going to do a top stitch to attach the front piece, this piece, and the lining. Okay, so now I sewed the lining on. So this is what it looks like when you fold it over. So I just put some pins down over here just to keep the fabric flat so I can do the top stitch. So I'm gonna go do that. I was almost done with the top stitch and my bobbin ran out. Ugh. Here it is. It's refilling. This is like the worst feeling when you're like almost done with, like, I mean, I was almost done with the whole top except for like the back, and my bobbin ran out. It's okay. I'll have it filled for next time, for tomorrow. Look how pretty. Okay, it looks really good. I'm really happy with how the top stitch turned out. It just sort of flattened everything out and it looks really good. And I'm gonna add the boning into the channels, which is my favorite part. I love it. So I'm putting the boning in the channels. I can't push it in with one hand because I'm recording with the other, but it's so satisfying. So this is the top. It took like all of my pins to get it to stay on the mannequin, but I'm really happy with how it turned out because it looks just like the sketch. Even with the colors of the flowers, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. And I really like how the boning turned out and like the top. There's gonna be sleeves too. It looks really puffy with this part, but so like if I was just making it like by itself without the underworld dress underneath, I wouldn't make it as puffy, but it has to be kind of puffy because there's gonna be flowers on the underworld bodice underneath, so it has to have room or else it would just look really lumpy. And I'll show you the back. This is the back. It's going to overlap. It's a little uneven because I just kind of pinned it uneven, but it's supposed to overlap in the back because I'm hoping to have like either snaps or like magnets, so then when I rip off this top part, it will come off really easily. But I'm really proud of it. I really like it. If this was English class, it would be like the gold boning channels symbolize a cage that Persephone felt like she was trapped in when she was with her mother during spring. When really they're just like pretty gold boning. I am back. I finished the top like 2 days ago and then I didn't sew yesterday because I didn't feel like it. And now I'm working on the skirt. I just measured my waist. I don't have a pattern and I honestly don't want to use a pattern. I'm just making myself. Every time I've like made a pattern for the skirt, like the pattern never fits right, which is really weird because I always pick my size. I marked with pins like where I'm gonna cut on the fabric. I'm starting with the white fabric, which is like underneath the floral, because this I bought at Joann's, so I could always buy more, but I can't buy more of that, so we're just gonna give this a try. I cut out the white and now I'm using it as a reference to cut on the floral fabric. I'm really scared, but I think I have just enough, so I think it's gonna be fine, but I'm kind of nervous. I did cut it really big for seam allowance, and also I cut it double the size of my waist because it's gonna be gathered, so I have like a lot of room to make mistakes, but I'm still really scared. I cut out the pieces. There's one more. It's like these two pieces but together, so it's even bigger, so I don't have room on my floor. But these are the pieces. I think they look so pretty. I love how the fabric looks on the white, so I'm going to sew the sheer to the white fabric first and then sew it together. So I'm gonna go secure it with some pins really quickly. I attached the sheer to the white fabric. It just makes it easier for me to sew on the overlay first and then sew the skirt together. So first I'm gonna sew on the overlay. I literally hate this part. It is so boring. So I'm gonna find a good crime podcast so I can like pass the time. Okay, all my pieces are done. I'm gonna pin them together. I pin the pieces together. So here you can fold it out. And that's the skirt. There we go. Now I'm gonna go sew it. So this is the skirt. It's gonna be full, but it just doesn't look like it right now because it's not gathered, but it's really big, so there's a lot of room for it. Oops. I can't really like hold it on me, but yeah, I'm gonna go gather it. I'm gonna do just a really loose basting stitch along the top and then pull it because I don't have a gathering foot, so I have to do it manually. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. So I did a basting stitch on top. Now I'm gonna pull on these strings and gather it so it can be about 27 inches, which is the width of my waist. So here I pinned the top and the skirt together. They're not sewn together. I just pinned them. I want to cry. This is so beautiful. Like I actually literally want to cry because I'm so proud. I like have no space in this mirror, but like, oh my god, this has to be the prettiest thing I've ever made. I wish I could wear this to prom, but I have other plans for prom. But like, oh my god. Hey guys, so I am in my bedroom because here I have my ring light and I didn't feel like moving it to my sewing room. But this is the spring dress. It is not done. I still have to do the closures in the back, and then I have to sew like the bottom of the zipper together. Like I did the zipper, but like the part like underneath the zipper I have to sew that together. So I can't really show you the back without flashing you or holding it shut. Here, there's going to be magnets, so then the top can like easily come off and just fold over, and the underworld dress can come out from underneath. But I sewed everything else together. I sewed the whole top and then this, and oh my god, I'm in love. Like I almost cried when I put it on. I feel like a princess. It looks really cringy right now because I like pinned it to my bra straps, so it can stay up. I have to put like darts in this thing because it's kind of loose, but like, oh my god. I feel like all my fantasies are just coming true. Like all my like daydreams about Greek mythology and fantasy books, I feel like I'm kind of just like seeing them in front of me, and it's so cool. I'm gonna like try to get a whole view of it. Okay, I think this is a pretty good angle. I'm so proud. Oh my god. And I would totally spin around for you, but I would flash you. So we're not gonna do that. I'll spin in it when I'm done sewing the back shut. But I'm so in love, and honestly I think it's really flattering too, this style. Like this side is like, the sides are like too poofy, so I'd like sew them in, but this style is really flattering, so I really like it. I'm so happy right now. Yesterday I cut out my pattern pieces for the underworld dress. I just used a pattern that I found online because it's gonna be like a bustier style top, and I've honestly just never gotten it right. I've made my own patterns, it just doesn't work, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a pattern. So I did. It was free, actually. I can link it down below. So I cut out the pieces and pinned them together. This is what it looks like pinned. I'm gonna sew it. And then here I have the cups. I just pinned the top piece like to the fabric so I wouldn't forget it, but it's gonna look like that, and it's gonna get sewn together. So yeah. You know, I felt really good about myself for finishing the spring dress, and I just felt so accomplished, and then I realized that I have to make a whole other dress, and I'm kind of sad. I just cut a bunch of these noodles. It's gonna be used for the casing for the boning. It's like a faux leather. It feels like plastic, but it looks good, so that's what matters. So I made a bunch of these noodle things. These are like the channels for the boning. I'm gonna sew them onto the top. Here is like the front of the bustier. These are the cups. They're not attached yet, but they're gonna go here. And here's the lining. It's basically the same thing, but it'll be on the inside. I laid out all the channels for the boning just to get an idea of how it's gonna look. I'm gonna do this little design on the front. Hey guys, so it's been a while since I checked in. Right now I'm playing a little game called How Many Layers Can I Sew Through Before Breaking My Machine? I have bangs now. It's been a couple weeks. I got diagnosed with ADHD, which honestly explains a lot, like why I keep forgetting to vlog and document my process. But I have not had time to film because I have 1 week left. Well, I had 1 week left at the beginning of this week, and it's due tomorrow. And I'm still going. I have a feeling I'm gonna be pulling an all-nighter. This dress is so hard, and I had to change how the transformation works because it didn't work out, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how it was looking, so I'm like, okay. So yeah, not fun. Literally, I've changed this dress so much. I was working on the underworld top, and the fabric just started tearing, and I tried to fix it. I tried to use glue, clear nail polish, just to like keep it from fraying more, and it was not working. So I went and bought new fabric after crying because I worked so hard on it. I got new fabric, and I was like almost done, and I was working on the transformation, and then I realized the transformation is not gonna work. I was like, really? So here we are again, fixing the transformation. I had to open up the whole back of the dress. So now the spring dress is basically just gonna be over the underworld dress, and you're just gonna rip it off, and I'm putting magnets like all over the back so it can come off easily. Yeah, transformation's not what I expected it to be. I want it to be a lot cooler, but it's not gonna work. Hi guys, so it is midnight. I still have a lot more to go with this dress, but I want to show you the transformation. So originally this part was gonna come down, and then the skirt of the underworld dress was gonna be here, and then it would flip down. I don't know if that makes sense, but that doesn't matter because it didn't work. The fabric was literally too bulky, and it didn't fit underneath. So the new transformation is like this. The back part rips off. I have to add some snaps here, but the back part rips off and the underworld dress is underneath. It's not as cool as I imagined, but I'm also happy because I got to add slits to the underworld dress, and I couldn't have done that before the way it was. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to move my tripod, oops, all the way back. I'm gonna try to see if I can like film the transformation, but it's really hard to like get things this angle. There we go. Oh my god. Alright. Let's do it. So, I don't know. I usually like to like, on the runway, I'm gonna like spin and do it. So I'm kind of just gonna like spin now. So it's like that basically. Then this is the underworld dress. I added these 2 slits. It's very uneven. Don't tell anyone. Thankfully it's a full skirt, so when I'm walking, it doesn't look too bad. But this is the underworld dress. I added also these flowers. These were like red and I spray painted them black. I added these flowers all over the top because the top was like really uneven. So I just figured everywhere I made a mistake, I would just add a flower, and that's what I did, and it looks super good. I really like it. I think the slits really add to it. Like, I like it. I want to get like black heels and then like attach a ribbon and sort of like tie it up my legs, kind of like gladiator sandals, and sew some of these red flowers on it. So yeah, but that is the dress. I'm so proud of it. Like, really, even though my original idea didn't work, I mean, I still made 2 dresses that kind of work together, that transform. That's really cool. Okay guys, so the dress is done. I'm wearing it right now. I'm gonna go outside to do the reveal. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a great time being able to go from a sketch and just a simple concept and being able to bring it to life, because when I did sketch that out, that's all I thought it would be, a sketch and a concept. So it was so cool being able to make it real, and I loved being able to document my process and show you guys. So this is definitely not the end. I will be making way more videos, and I'm currently working on a prom video, so I have some stuff for the prom dress too, some surprises. So I can't wait to show you guys that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!